What is one thing you keep putting off even though you know it could change everything? Who do you need to forgive to free yourself? If you knew failure was impossible, what's the first thing you would do? How much of your spending is an attempt to mask what's missing inside? Are your dreams your own or just borrowed from Instagram? If you're so busy, why does it feel like you're standing still? Are your relationships built on authenticity or just convenience and fear of loneliness? Are you truly living or just surviving until the weekend? Are your finances a reflection of your priorities or just a trail of your impulses? Are you busy or just distracted by a never-ending to-do list? Are you spending your time building a future or running away from your present? Are your dreams bold enough to scare you, or are they just safe bets? How much of your time is spent trying to impress people who wouldn't even notice your absence? What's one thing you keep worrying about even though it's never actually happened? Do you fill your days with meaningful moments or just time fillers? Do you really listen, or are you just waiting for your turn to speak? Is your body a wellness temple or a dumping ground for stress and neglect? If your current job didn't exist, would you have any idea what to do next? Are you working on something meaningful or just working? Have you put your investments to increase, or are you living paycheck to paycheck, satisfying short-term pleasures? If no one could see what you own, would you still want it? If someone else was living your life, what advice would you give them right now that you're not taking yourself? When did you last feel genuinely alive? What's the heaviest thought you carry, and why haven't you let it go? Is your mind a prison or a sanctuary? What is your health insurance, health maintenance, or disease treatment? Are you fueling yourself or just feeding your cravings? How many of your problems could be solved by simply treating your body better? What are you settling for that you'd never advise your best friend to accept? If you disappeared tomorrow, would anyone's life be meaningfully different? How often do you prioritize your mental clarity or health over productivity? Are the people around you there because they add value or because you're too afraid to let go? Do you think that only extremely hard work can generate income, or could it be possible to create a passive income source? What lie do you keep telling yourself just to avoid changing? Who would you be if no one was around to judge or applaud? If you had only a year left, would you spend today the same way? Do you pursue comfort, or are you willing to risk discomfort to truly live? Are you building wealth or just chasing temporary highs? How much pain and fatigue are you willing to accept before you make a change? How much longer will you wait before treating yourself with the kindness you give to others? What's the last meaningful thing you said to someone you care about? Are you carrying baggage that wasn't even yours to begin with? If you knew today was your last chance, how differently would you treat the people in your life? Do you truly care for your holistic health, or is it just something you talk about? Do you keep making room for people who wouldn't make space for you? Are you intentionally creating memories or just letting life fade into a monotonous routine? Are you sabotaging your future by clinging to a version of yourself that no longer exists? What would you do if fear wasn't a factor? Is your self-doubt a real concern or just a habit you've grown comfortable with? How much of your stress is self-inflicted, and how often do you blame it on others? Are you driven by passion or just chasing a paycheck? Do you know where you're going, or are you just hoping to end up somewhere nice? When was the last time you did something that challenged every fiber of your being? How often do you follow through on what you say, or is it all just talk? Is your daily routine building you up or breaking you down bit by bit? What's your plan if the money stops flowing in? Are you planning for your future or just hoping everything will work out? Would you still be happy if you suddenly lost everything you had collected all your life? How many years are you shaving off your life for the sake of a few fleeting comforts? Are you letting old versions of yourself dictate the future, or are you willing to reinvent who you are